All right, VC. All right, so Bill from the Vinylverse made his annual trip to town. And this year, also Brad from H2Vinyl came up from Orlando and stopped here on his way to Raleigh, and it just kind of lined up on a Wednesday, a week ago or so. And I had a procedure in the morning at the hospital early that was handled, nothing to be concerned about. And then I got up with Bill at Repo Record. We ended up meeting John, Digital Gramophone, and Brad at Noble at noon. But at around 10, a little after 10, Bill comes strolling into Repo, and so he wanted to look at the 7-inch section there. They have a really big 7-inch section, and they had some good prog CDs of a collection that had come in, and he found some good stuff in there. I just always grab any Beatles 7 inches I don't have, so this was one I didn't have, the Let It Be. It's a US original on Apple. Might have had a picture sleeve, but I don't know. You Know My Name, Look Up My Number is the B-side. So nothing too fancy there. But I pointed out this record here to Bill. I don't have any early Rolling Stones, and it was in really nice shape, and it was a very, very good price. And so after we left, he had actually picked it up for me. So it was basically VCLT. Thank you, Bill. The Rolling Stones, December's Children, and Everybody's the Rolling Stones out of London. Really, really nice copy. Some type of stereo reissue, US, purple London label. You can see how nice condition this is. It's absolutely minty. So I was stoked to get that from Bill. And then we carpooled up to Noble Records. Dylan was not in. He's got a manager now for the shop, so that guy's usually there most days. I think you really, if you want to catch Dylan, you got to go on a Saturday morning. That might be the only time you're going to see him. He's really busy with the Whatnot auctions earlier in the weeks, and then he's doing all the work for those exclusives, and then out also digging for collections. But John and I had just been up to Noble not too far back, so I wasn't expecting to find very much, but there were some great records, and I got a wide variety of stuff here on this dig. So you've already seen a couple classic rock things. There's punk, there's free jazz, there's Brazilian, there's classical, there's metal, there's punk, regular hard bop, jazz. There's a little bit of everything that I picked up. It's just how it goes sometimes, because each of these shops are kind of different in what they have used or whatnot at certain points. But Noble, I was happy to see this. First bin I looked in, Dead Kennedys and God We Trust Inc., the original EP on Alternative Tentacles. Jello Biafra and Crew, or Biafra, I can't remember. Alternative Tentacles, there you go. Classic stuff there. Nazi Punks Fuck Off, which I have the 7-inch of, is on this. Oh, what do we got? And then I was very surprised to see this. John Fahey, The Transfiguration of Blind Joe Death on Riverboat Enterprises. It's an original first US copy. And it includes the booklet as well, which was surprising. I guess it's difficult to find sometimes with the booklet. Really nice this is a beautiful pressing of this Americana guitar. John Fahey. Really stoked to get this one. There weren't many of his I was looking for, and this was one, so you grab that. It was a good price too. And then we got some free jazz here. This has come out a few years back, and I got the Live at Slugs, but I missed out on getting this one. The Complete Sessions, Rashid Ali, Frank Lowe Duo Exchange. One of my all-time favorite jazz records, and to have all the takes on this double LP is incredible. Yeah, this is the pinnacle of free jazz is this right here. Very, very cool to find that used. Then we got some Brazilian here, some Baden Powell images on guitar on the MPS and BASF label. That brilliant cover. Wonderful stuff. Not the best of shape, this one. This was under 10 bucks. So I grabbed it just because it was such a good deal. And then this was 5 bucks. This is one that's been recommended by Poetry on Plastic and others in the Classical Bums group. Brahms Violin Concerto, the French National Radio Orchestra, David Ostrach and Otto Klemperer. This one's the Angel Stereo reissue. It's an older press, but it was 5 bucks. So I add that to the classical section over here. And then we're getting ready to leave, and I started flipping through the 7 inches real quick, and this one was in there. I couldn't believe it. This is probably my favorite find of the day. An original JFA, My Movie 7-inch, skate punk from Arizona. It had a price sticker from Manifest on South Boulevard here, who was notorious for putting horrible price stickers that would never come off on records, and this was a victim of that. 1986 Placebo records on the blue vinyl with the insert, which was really cool to see. Photos there in original order form for anything else they had in Tempe. There's your record. Probably like I said, probably the find of the day for me. Not something you're gonna run across very often, especially here on the East Coast. So from Noble we headed over to Sleepy Poet. It used to just be like a booth in an antique mall, and then the whole antique mall moved down the road into a new building, and then they were able to establish a standalone part of that building for a record store. First time I've been, and I was pleasantly surprised at the selection. And the first thing I got was this punk record, Sid Vicious live at CBGB's New York with Johnny Thunders and the Heartbreakers. I've never seen this. This is an actual official release of some type on the Connection Records label out of Belgium or the Netherlands, something like that. I think Belgium, because it's for sale on Discogs, so it's not a boot. Yeah, there's your label. I dig Johnny Thunders quite a bit, so I had to grab that. Really cool find. And then I started going through the jazz, and it was mostly junk, but there were a few things sprinkled in there that were good, and this one stood out, so I grabbed it. I've been looking for a copy of this forever. It's a 1975, probably a white B copy of Sonny Rollins' Night at the Village Vanguard on Blue Note, in pristine condition, dead mint, still in the original shrink even. And Dylan had an original on the wall, an OG mono for $150 that I've almost picked up twice, but it is it's rough shape, but the price is really good as far as an OG. But happy to find this for like 30 bucks or whatever it was, 30 some bucks. So from there we went over to Lunchbox, as is custom normally. Well, last year I don't think we made it to Lunchbox, but I walk in and the girl working there told me they got this back in. I had bought the CD for the car, but it was cool to get the vinyl. It's a band born out of Every Time I Die, out of Buffalo, New York. Better Lovers, God Made Me an Animal. Came out, I think, last year. Singer is from, I forget the band he was from, but it's the bassist, one of the guitarists and drummer from E-Tid with the singer from Dillinger Escape Plan. Pretty heavy, growly, screaming vocal. Yeah, badass stuff, badass guitars. And then from Lunchbox, we went over to Premium Sound and caught Luke there, which was great. And this was the first record I saw in the used bin, and so I picked this up. So I got to get some reggae in here, since we haven't covered that genre. Black Woman from Judy Mowatt. I forget what label. This is distributed by Tough Gong, but this is on a different label. Great cover. The song Black Woman that opens the B-side is dope. But the main reason I bought this is it's got Leroy Horsemouth Wallace on drums, and then it's got Earl Smith on guitar, Earl China Smith. Always worth the price of admission when those guys are jamming on a reggae joint. And it's on the Ashandan label, Jamaican original. Somewhere in the 70s. Really good vocals from Judy on this. Fantastic stuff. This would be one that John 6-inch pianist over in England would dig. But yeah, then we went over to Workman's Friend for dinner. It was a good time, and it was great to meet Brad for the first time. Everybody found a bunch of records. 7 straight hours of digging. It was awesome. So Bill's already back home and spinning records from the dig. Looking forward to his video. Hope you're well. Peace.